Welcome back to Coins X Tales. We're exploring rare, Kennedy half-dollar coins that have made people rich. Let's find out why you should never overlook these coins. Because who knows, a single coin could change your life. Don't miss this. Top 1. Imagine opening your old coin box, the one forgotten in a drawer for years, and inside it sits a single heavy silver-colored coin. At first glance, it looks ordinary. Just another Kennedy half-dollar. But what if I tell you this exact coin has shocked collectors, confused experts, and quietly sold for amounts that most people spend on cars, luxury vacations, or even parts of a house? Today is not just another coin video. Today, we are revealing a hidden story that most Americans have never been told. Listen very carefully, because after this video, you may never look at your loose change the same way again. The Kennedy half-dollar is already one of the most emotional coins in American history. Created to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. This coin carries more than metal. It carries memory, history, and national emotion. But the 1992 D-Mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar takes that story even deeper. On paper, millions were minted in Denver. That fact alone made people ignore it for decades. Collectors passed it. Pocket change users spent it. Banks rolled it away. And that is exactly why certain examples of this coin have now become extremely rare. Most 1992 D Kennedy half-dollars were struck for circulation with average quality. But hidden among them are coins that show shocking mint errors and unusual characteristics. Some pieces were struck with dramatic double dies where the lettering, numbers, and even Kennedy's profile show a clear second image. Others escape the mint with off-center strikes that reveal part of the blank planchet, something that should never happen in a perfect minting process. There are also examples with clipped planchets, missing metal, and improper alloy mixing that gives the coin an unusual color or weight. What truly excites collectors is condition. High-grade examples of the 1992 D Kennedy half-dollar are extremely difficult to find. Most were handled, scratched, or poorly stored. Coins that survived in near-perfect or flawless condition are now hunted aggressively by serious collectors. Some display mirror-like surfaces, sharp strikes, and deep details that look better than proof coins. These pieces were never meant to exist. Even more mysterious are the transitional errors. During the early 90s, mint processes were changing, and a few coins slipped through with characteristics not officially recorded. Coins struck with unusual dies, weak strikes combined with doubling, or misaligned dies are now considered premium rarities. Collectors pay massive attention to these details because one tiny difference can change a common coin into a treasure. This is why coin lovers must slow down and examine every Kennedy half-dollar they find. Weight, sound, edge, strike quality, and surface texture all matter. Many valuable examples were discovered not by professionals, but by everyday people who simply looked closer. And now comes the part that makes hearts beat faster. In the real market today, a normal circulated 1992 D Kennedy half-dollar is worth face value. But high-grade mint-state examples have sold for several $100s. Rare error coins have reached into the thousands. And in auction history, exceptional error specimens in top condition have achieved prices in words that equal several $1,000s, with some rare pieces pushing into five-figure territory when two collectors compete. If you love coins, history, or the thrill of hidden value, this is the kind of coin you must never ignore. If this video opened your eyes, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with fellow collectors. More hidden treasures are waiting, and you don't want to miss the next one. Top 2. I'm going to tell you a story that sounds unbelievable, but it is 100% real. Imagine pulling a single coin from your pocket, a coin most people ignore, a coin people spend without even looking at it. And that small piece of metal secretly holds the power to shock collectors, surprise families, and change the way you look at American coins forever. Forget luxury cars, forget big houses for a moment, because sometimes history hides in something much smaller. Today we are talking about the United States of America rare Kennedy half-dollar from 1998 with the P-Mint mark, and why serious collectors listen very carefully when this coin is mentioned. The Kennedy half-dollar is not just a coin, it is a symbol of American history, emotion, and respect. Created after the tragic loss of President John F. Kennedy, this coin carries a story that goes far beyond its face value. By 1998, Many people believed Kennedy half dollars were no longer important. They were rarely used in daily transactions, often forgotten in drawers, jars, and old collections. But that is exactly where rarity begins, when people stop paying attention. The 1998 P Mint Mark Kennedy half dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the surface, it looks common. Millions were produced, and most people think that means it has no value. That is the biggest mistake new collectors make. In the coin world, rarity is not only about how many were made, it is about condition, errors, and survival. Coins from this year were often poorly handled, bagged together, and never protected. Finding one today in exceptional condition is far more difficult than people realize. Collectors search closely for strike quality on this coin. Weak strikes on the hair above Kennedy's ear, soft details on the eagle's feathers, and dull surfaces are common. When a coin appears with sharp details, strong luster, and clean fields, it immediately stands out. Some examples show mirrored surfaces or unusually smooth finishes that attract high-end collectors. These coins are not everyday finds. Then there are mint errors, the real treasures. Off-center strikes, double die details, die cracks, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies have been discovered on 1998 P. Kennedy half dollars. These errors turn an ordinary coin into a conversation piece. Collectors love errors because each one is unique. No two error coins are exactly the same, and that uniqueness drives demand and competition at auctions. Another factor that makes this coin interesting is modern grading. When a 1998 P. Kennedy half dollar is certified in an extremely high grade, collectors pay attention. High-grade modern coins are surprisingly rare because they were never saved properly. Most were released into circulation or stored carelessly. A top-grade example becomes a premium coin almost overnight. For collectors, this coin represents opportunity. It reminds us that valuable coins are not only ancient or gold. Sometimes they are hiding in plain sight. That is why experienced collectors carefully check every Kennedy half dollar they find, especially from the late 1990s. If you love coins, history, and hidden value, this is the kind of coin you should never ignore. Take your time, examine the details, look for errors, and protect what you find. This hobby rewards patience and knowledge. If you enjoyed the story and want more rare coin secrets, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next hidden treasure. Share this video with a fellow coin lover because you never know who might be holding something special. Now, let's talk about value. In real market conditions, a normal circulated example is usually worth just a little more than face value. In uncirculated condition, prices can rise into the tens of dollars. High-grade certified examples can reach into the hundreds of dollars. Error coins and top auction pieces have sold for amounts reaching into the thousands of dollars at major auctions. Top 3. I want you to pause for a moment and imagine this. A single coin, smaller than your palm, sitting silently in a drawer, a jar, or an old wallet. People pass it every day without a second look. They think real wealth comes from big houses, fast cars, and luxury lifestyles. But sometimes real surprise hides in something far more simple. Today, we are uncovering the United States of America rare Kennedy half dollar from 1994 with the P Mint mark, a coin many people ignore, but collectors quietly respect. The Kennedy half dollar is not just spare change. It is history pressed into metal. Created to honor President John F. Kennedy, this coin carries emotion, legacy, and national memory. By 1994, Kennedy half dollars were already disappearing from everyday use. Banks stopped ordering them, people stopped spending them, and slowly they slipped out of public attention. When attention disappears, opportunity begins. The 1994 P Mint Mark Kennedy half dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when quality control was not perfect. Many coins from this year show weak strikes, dull surfaces, heavy bag marks, and missing sharp details. That is why collectors know something most people do not. Finding this coin today with strong luster, crisp lettering, sharp hair details above Kennedy's ear, and clean open fields is surprisingly difficult. Collectors study this coin closely. They look at the shine, the strike, and the smallest details on both sides. The eagle's feathers on the reverse are often flat on weak strikes. When a coin shows full feather detail and original mint brilliance, it immediately becomes desirable. Coins like this do not appear often, and when they do, they rarely stay on the market long. Now let's talk about what truly excites collectors: mint errors. The 1994 P. Kennedy half dollar is known for interesting minting mistakes. Off-center strikes where the design is shifted. Double die details where letters or numbers appear doubled. Die cracks running through the design. Clipped planchets where part of the coin is missing. Each error creates a coin that is completely unique. No two error coins are exactly the same, and that uniqueness fuels strong collector demand. Another powerful factor is grading. When a 1994 P. Kennedy half dollar is professionally graded in a very high condition, it changes everything. Most coins from this year were never saved properly. They were stacked, rolled, and scratched before anyone thought about future value. That makes top-grade survivors extremely hard to find. Serious collectors compete for these coins because once they are locked into collections, they rarely return to the market. This coin is important because it teaches a lesson. Rare and valuable coins are not always old, gold, or ancient. Sometimes they are modern, overlooked, and hiding in plain sight. That is why experienced collectors check every Kennedy half dollar carefully, especially from the 1990s. If you love coins, history, and hidden value, listen carefully. Take time to inspect what you already have. Look for sharp details, original shine, and unusual errors. Protect your coins, because knowledge is what turns pocket change into a collector's treasure. If you're enjoying this video and want more rare coin secrets, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next discovery. Share this with another coin lover, because someone you know might already have something special without realizing it. Now let's talk about value. In real market conditions, a circulated example usually stays close to face value. A well-preserved, uncirculated coin can be worth several dollars and sometimes tens of dollars. High-grade certified examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. Rare mint error examples and top auction pieces have reached prices in the thousands of dollars. Top 4. We are revealing the United States of America rare Kennedy half dollar from 1977 with the D mint mark, a coin many overlook, but serious collectors never ignore. The Kennedy half dollar is more than money. It is a piece of American history born from emotion and remembrance. Created to honor President John F. Kennedy, this coin became a symbol of unity and respect. By 1977, Kennedy half dollars were no longer widely used in everyday transactions. Many people had already stopped saving them, and banks rarely pushed them into circulation. That lack of attention created the perfect environment for hidden rarity. The 1977 D Mint mark Kennedy half dollar was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions were struck, most did not survive in high-quality condition. Coins from this year were heavily bagged, transported, and stored with little care. As a result, contact marks, dull surfaces, and weak strikes are extremely common. Finding one today with strong luster, clean fields, and sharp details is far more difficult than the mintage numbers suggest. Collectors focus closely on Kennedy's hair details, especially above the ear, where weakness often appears. The lettering around the rim is another key area. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers are frequently flat and lifeless. When a 1977 D shows bold feather detail, crisp design, and original mint shine, it immediately stands out as something special. Mint errors make this coin even more exciting. Off-center strikes, double die elements, die cracks, filled mint marks, and clipped planchets have been found on 1977 D Kennedy half dollars. These mistakes transform a normal coin into a unique collectible. Error coins are highly desirable because they cannot be duplicated. Each one tells a story of the minting process going wrong at just the right moment. Condition and grading play a massive role in value. Most 1977 D Kennedy half dollars were never saved in protective holders. They were stacked in rolls, tossed into bags, and scratched long before collectors paid attention. Because of this, professionally graded examples in very high condition are scarce. When one appears on the market, advanced collectors take notice and competition increases quickly. This coin is important because it proves a powerful point. Valuable coins are not always ancient, silver-rich, or rare by age alone. Sometimes rarity comes from survival, condition, and collector demand. That is why experienced collectors carefully inspect every Kennedy half-dollar they encounter, especially from the 1970s. If you are a coin lover, slow down and look closely at what you already have. Check the strike, search for errors, and protect coins with strong original luster. Knowledge is what turns an ordinary coin into a collector's prize. If you are enjoying this kind of content, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hidden treasure. Share this video with another coin lover because someone you know might already be holding something special. Now let's talk about value. In real market conditions, a circulated example is usually worth close to face value. A clean, uncirculated coin can be worth several dollars to tens of dollars. High-grade certified examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. Rare mint error coins and top-condition auction pieces have reached prices in the thousands of dollars. Top 5. We are talking about the United States of America rare Kennedy half-dollar from 2006 with the D-Mint mark, and why experienced collectors look twice at this modern issue. The Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most recognized coins in American history. Created to honor President John F. Kennedy, it carries emotional value and national significance. By 2006, Kennedy half-dollars were no longer commonly used in everyday spending. Many were struck mainly for collectors and storage, not circulation. That change alone makes certain modern issues far more interesting than people realize. The 2006 D-Mint mark Kennedy half-dollar was produced at the Denver Mint. While the mintage numbers appear high, survival in top condition is a different story. Many coins from this year were handled in bulk, stored in bags, or moved through counting machines that left marks and dull surfaces. Finding one today with blazing original luster, clean open fields, and sharp design details is not easy. Collectors closely examine Kennedy's portrait on this coin. The hair details above the ear, the sharpness of the letters, and the smoothness of the fields are key indicators of quality. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers often appear soft or flat. When a 2006 D shows full feather detail, strong strike, and bright mint shine, it immediately becomes desirable to advanced collectors. Mint errors add another layer of excitement. Off-center strikes, double die details, die cracks, grease-filled dies, and clipped planchets have been reported on 2006 D Kennedy half-dollars. These errors turn a normal modern coin into a unique collectible. Error coins are especially popular because they represent a one-time mistake that can never be repeated. Another major factor is professional grading. When a 2006 D Kennedy half-dollar is certified in an extremely high grade, it stands out. Modern coins in top condition are surprisingly rare because few people took the time to preserve them properly. High-grade survivors often become long-term collection pieces and rarely reappear on the open market. This coin teaches an important lesson for collectors. Rarity does not always come from age or silver content. Sometimes it comes from condition, demand, and overlooked modern issues. That is why knowledgeable collectors carefully inspect modern Kennedy half-dollars instead of ignoring them. If you love coin collecting, take this seriously. Check your modern half-dollars carefully. Look for strong strikes, original luster, and unusual errors. Protect what you find, because today's modern coin can become tomorrow's collectible. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hidden coin story. Share this video with another coin lover, because someone you know might already have something special without realizing it. Now let's talk about value. In real market conditions, a circulated example usually trades close to face value. An uncirculated coin can be worth several dollars to tens of dollars. High-grade certified examples have reached prices in the hundreds of dollars. Rare mint error examples and top auction pieces have sold for amounts reaching into the thousands of dollars.